So this is a camera that I got. It is a Toshiba Camilo. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Camilo H30. It does HD at 1080p. It's got 5x optical zoom. It takes a regular SD HC card. And this actually came out at in around 2010. It has a f3.5 lens, and it is it's 5x optical zoom. I think I said that already. It's kind of hard to get that open. It has a mini HDMI, a TV out, analog jack, and then a connector, a mini USB to hook up to USB or to charge the device. It's got both picture and video mode on it. Now, for the time, this was a really good camera. It does full HD. The only thing that was really a downside is it didn't have image stabilization at full HD. To get its image stabilization, you have to change it to 720p, which basically just crops the sensor, and it does digital image stabilization. And it doesn't have a mic jack either, so yeah, it wasn't like the greatest camera. But the reason I bought it is because it was $5 at a pawn shop, and they just had a bin of a whole bunch of different cameras there. And I got this one too, which was this is a Fujifilm X 700, but it's not. This video is not about that camera. It's about this one, the Toshiba. So I'm going to do some video test with it. It's actually in really good shape for how old this is. Whoever had it took really good care of it, or at least they didn't use it at all. So I'm going to do some test videos with it and show you guys. I've done some pre-test with it. The one thing I don't like it, other than it doesn't have image stabilization, is the fact that the audio on it is very low, and it has a very tinny sounding audio to it. But what I was thinking about doing is, you can see it has the microphones right here. What I was thinking about possibly doing is maybe taking off this cover to see if I could get access to those, and possibly adding maybe a mini jack to it, or a 3.5 millimeter, so I could plug in my own microphone. If that's the case, I think this would be a really good camera to do like ASMR type stuff, because when it is in focus, it stays in focus until you move the camera. At least that's what I found so far. It doesn't seem to hunt very much. So, and not only that, because of like the G7X, it does, I think, a max of like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So if I want to do really long form videos, this could actually work for that. And it does, the other downside is that it records in AVI format. I'll talk about that later. It's not a huge deal if you're uploading them to a computer, but if you're uploading it to like iOS on the iPad, you actually have to convert the videos with an application. And I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but right now I'm going to do some kind of test video with it and show you guys just what it looks like from the straight out of the camera. And what I'll do is I'll show you guys the stock footage, and then I'll show you the footage after I've done like color calibration and editing, and just to see what it could look like if you might have found one of these really cheap or just needed as a backup camera or a throw around camera or something like that. So yeah, so we're going to take a look at the menu here. If you hit this button, it'll bring you up to the menu. You can choose your resolution, where if you got full HD, 720, WVGA at 60 frames a second, and VGA. You've got your white balance, which it has auto, daylight, fluorescent, and tungsten. The scene menu, it's auto, skin, night, backlight, black and white, classic, and negative. This menu is your effect menu, which I don't know why they call it effect. You've got macro mode, stabilization, which you can only enable if you have 720p selected. It'll do motion detection, slow motion, and time lapse. You'll get 1, 3, and 5 seconds. The setting you've got, you can turn your sound on or off. You can select your NTSC or PAL, your language, time setting, format, and factory default. And that's pretty much it for the menus. Coco, what are you doing? Here is my beautiful garden. My red tomato. Okay. And a cat. I'm growing a cat. Hey, Coco. I'm growing you. You like the tomatoes? Antenna that I'm probably going to do absolutely nothing with. And it's probably super windy right now. Yep. Go. Hey, goat. Here's a test with the image stabilization turned on. This is only at 720p. Just kind of do a little bit of a walking test. It's not that great. That was a big frog. Look at that guy. And he's humongous. Let's see how well it picks up bass.
Well, I gotta have something, other mother gotta stand something. So I pull out this off on this chest, let the rest always ditching, then left him like this for the 7.